بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله حمدا كثيرا طيبا مباركا فيه كما يحب ربنا ويرضى. إخوتي في الله، نسأل الله أن يشفي أخانا أبا العباس محمد بن عباس، حصل له علاج عملية يسير. ادعوا له. أسأل الله to heal our brother Muhammad Abbas. He had a minor procedure. ما شاء الله. وصلى الله يبارك فيكم. منذ أن كنت هنا ما وجدت إلا خيرا. نعم، أنا لكم شاكر. أنا في خدمتكم، هذا لي واجب، هذا واجب علي، هذه دعوة واجب علينا. نعم. I ask Allah to bless you all. Since I've been here, all I found was good from everybody. نعم. إن أحببتم أذكركم بأسمائكم، اسم لكن كلكم. نعم. ما وجدت إلا خير. I would mention everybody by their name by name, ولكن ما في داعي أحرج أحد. أجركم عند الله. نعم، ولكن أنا لكم شاكر. I appreciate it. في بعض المساجد يكون مشادة بين الإمام والإدارة. ما عندنا هنا في مسجد الغزالي، ما عندنا. الحمد لله، الحمد لله وحده. يا ماجد أنت معي؟ نعم. يا عبد الملك، السلام عليكم، حياك، افتقدناك، فرحان برؤيتك. ما شاء الله. In some masjids, they have a tug of war between the imam and the board. They have a tug of war. لكن بحمد الله we don't have that folder here. نعم. على صف واحد, we're on the same lane. نعم. هذا بفضل الله. That's only by the mercy of Allah. فنغتنم هذا, take advantage of that. So with that in mind, عندي سؤال. I have a question. عندك يا أشرف؟ حياك، هذا السؤال عندك لأنني أحبك. نعم. طيب، الله سبحانه وتعالى يقول ويل للمصلين. ما معنى ويل؟ عندك يا أشرف إيش هو ويل؟ ويل للمصلين كيف؟ تحديد. نعم، هذا تحديد. كان أنه واد في جهنم، لكن هذا ما ثبت. ويل is just a threat. ويل للمطففين is a threat for those that cheat. ويل للمصلين. طيب، بارك الله فيك. This is a threat to those who pray or the ones who don't pray. What is this ayat about? يا عبد الصبور. ويل للمصلين الذين هم عن صلاتهم ساهون. It's a threat to those who pray or the ones who don't pray. Oh, if it's a threat to the ones who pray, فناهيك يعني ما ظنك سبقتموني. If this is wailing for the ones who pray, what do you think about the ones who don't pray? There's an اختلاف. هو تارك صلاة كافر. There's an اختلاف, but if it's wail for the ones who pray, what do you think of that? والنبي صلى الله عليه وسلم قال من ترك صلاة العصر فقد حبط عمله. Whoever leaves صلاة العصر one day, all his deeds are wiped away. What about left off Fajr and Dhuhr والمغرب والعشاء? Oh, نعم. كان في حديث من هؤلاء المنافقون، من هؤلاء المنافقين الذين قالوا للنبي صلى الله عليه وسلم اعدل أو اتق الله. From those that said to the Prophet اتق الله. One of them, Umar or Khalid bin Walid, قال ائذن لي أضرب عنق هذا المنافق. It was either Umar or Khalid bin Walid said, give me permission, chop his neck off. قال النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم لعله يصلي. And perhaps he prays. لا يتحدث الناس أني أقتل أصحابي. يعني الصلاة فضل عظيم. من صلى الفجر فهو في ذمة الله في ذمة الله. Whoever prays Fajr, he's under the protection of Allah. Imagine a man who don't pray Fajr. Tayyib. All that tamheed. All that is just introduction to the big question. Waylun lil musallin. Woe to those that pray. Alladhina hum an salatihim sahun. Those are the sahun and their salah. What does this mean? What is sahu? Awalan, what is sahu? And then you have the malik, anta ضيفنا. هذا واحد منهم نعطيك هذا الله يجزيك خير. وصحو النسيان. نعم. واو هذا كبيرة يا طيب فما المراد؟ What is intended؟ ما اسمك يا أخانا؟ نعم محمد. حياك الله يا محمد الله يبارك فيك. ما معنى ويل للمصلين؟ من الذين هم عن صلاتهم ساهون؟ من هؤلاء الساهون عن الصلاة؟ Who are these people? What's their description? What did they do? What did they do? Did they have a wail on them? No. يؤخرون الصلاة. When is the time? They pray outside the time. They pray Fajr, not because they just slept at it every day. I don't set my watch. I don't set the clock. I don't get up for Fajr. I got things to do. I have family. I got to go to work. Like, you the only one who has family. You don't understand. I got children. I got to go to sleep. You understand? From the beginning of time, people have been having to go to sleep. Nah, he doesn't get up for Fajr. Nah, somebody overslept. I have a hassle. That happens. Nah, but he doesn't get up. He prays it whenever he gets up, 7 o'clock, whenever he gets up. They delay the time. Nah, they pray Dhuhr after it's going out. They pray Maghrib after it's going out. That's one. What else? من هذا النبي وأنت مختبئ اليوم أحببناك هنا ولكن لا بس من الساهون من هؤلاء؟ لا هذا تارك صلاة. هذا like ويل للمصلين. They pray. الخشوع. They don't have خشوع in الصلاة. ما معنى الخشوع؟ الله سبحانه وتعالى قد أفلح المؤمنون الذين هم في صلاتهم خاشعون. They're خاشعون in the salah. What are they doing? What does that mean? خاشعون in the salah. What is خشوع? Hold on, we're asking Ali. I'm sorry? No. لا بأس. نعم يا داود. خشوع. ما هو هذا الخشوع الذي أمرنا به? What is this خشوع? We've been commanded with it. We hear these words خشوع, صبر, taqwa, amana. These words come at us like that. We just go, yeah, I got it. Taqwa, rifq, birri. Nah, we just take the words fujur. And we understand Marad Allah. What does Allah want? And this is khushu'. And then, yeah, Wasim. Pay attention. Now, I'm to pay attention. That's the first thing. Huwa hudur al-qalb. That your heart is present. And that's possible for everybody, even somebody small. Like Malik, Allah yubarak fi. Because everybody's hudur al-bal yakhtalif. Some of them just get the name of the surah and they recognize, yeah, I know that surah. That's good. It's paying attention. And لما كنا في دمشق, when the salah ended, we'll go, what salah we just read? What salah did the imam just read? What he read in the first rak'ah? We'll say to the young kids, he's like, first he read something. I was paying attention. نعم هذا طيب. اسأل ابنك ايش قرأ الإمام في الصلاة. Ask your son, what did the imam just read in the salah? You was listening? Then there's people who don't understand Arabic. They don't understand the Quran. But mashallah, when they hear that Quran, man, they just calm down. Man. They like that nice recitation. I mean, is there anybody in the world that they might get to the learning center and they might say, Ilm al-Hadith, Mustalah Hadith, I don't want to do that. Nahu, I don't like Nahu. And anybody can say Quran recitation? I'm not with that. Nobody says that. Everybody loves Quran. Yeah, Wasim. Nuh-uh. Everybody have. Nobody say you have to have Arabic to have khushu'. That he don't even know what khushu' is. Somebody say that. يا محترم أنت معي بعداني لا أحد يقول إذا أنت ما تفهم اللغة العربية الذي لا يفهم اللغة العربية ما عنده خشوع في الصلاة. يا ويلك ايش من كلام. How many women, old women in Vietnam and in China, somewhere in South Africa, somewhere ما يعرفون شيئا من اللغة العربية. مأمورون بالصلاة. Hey, so they're just going to play in their salah? They're commanded to pray in their salah. They're commanded to pray in Vietnam. But how many of them? The majority of them don't know Arabic. And in China, and in Japan, and in Cuba, and in Brazil, there's a lot of Muslims in Brazil. What? Y'all lose out till you learn Arabic. I'm on the Shayban, y'all older people that dying on Arabic, y'all dying, y'all never learned? Y'all lost out. لا. لا تقول هذا أيها الداعي. لا تقول هذا. نعم. بعدهم منفرون أصلا يصلحهم. They turn people away. نعم. So even the Ajami, when under اسألهم when they had that recitation in the Quran. Oh, wallahi, they never heard anything like it. They never heard anything like it. Murtahun. Well, they prefer this recitator over that recitation. They like this, they like it. Ya Abdul Sabur. Nah. Tayyip. Then there's people that understand Arabic. MashaAllah. They have khushu'. Some of the people that they understand Arabic, they don't have no khushu'. They're busy in Islam with their nails, fixing their imam. It has to do with the heart. It has to do with anta. طبعا خشع خشوع يدل هو خضوع, that you lower yourself in front of Allah. Your heart is present. Some people understand Arabic. They don't have any khushu'. They don't even pay. They're in the salah doing all kinds of things, fixing their mama, their phone, cutting their phone off, fixing that thing up there, back to the nails, fixing the watch. But tawfiq min Allah. Then you have those that understand the tafsir. Everybody is mashghul bih. But that's one part of khushu'. What's the other part? Ya khana Bashir. Al-khushu' huwa hudur al-qalb. What else? That your heart is present. Man qala hadha. Naam, sukun al-jawarih. Don't move in your salah. كأن على رؤوسهم الطير يا خانا نايف. Nah. If a bird is on your head and you don't want it to move, you got to be still. It was as if it was a bird on their head. Nah. When they prayed, still. What if you're praying and you have to scratch your neck? Can you scratch your neck while you're praying? Of course you can. You can scratch it. Anything that's going to stop you from having khushu', you can do. So if you're cold and you want to wipe your imamah, you can do it. Anything that's going to stop you from paying attention, you can do it. If you have to take your coat off, can you take your coat off in the middle of the salah? Yeah, if you're hot and it's going to make you sweat and you can't concentrate, take it off. Can you pick up your child while you're praying? Okay. Can a mother breastfeed the child while she's praying? Ya Majid. Naam, kullaha jaiz. Naam. Breastfeed the baby while she's praying, so she can pray, so the other people can pray. Naam. Tayyib, for wailun lil musallin, one of them are the people who pray outside the time. Other ones, they don't pray with khushu'. Naam. Their heart is not there, and they have body motions. Maybe if you looked at him, you wouldn't know that he was praying. Naam. If he wasn't facing the qibla, you would really be in doubt that he's praying. Nah. That's why she has that big old khimar. I'm saying she's not gonna take off her shirt. She's صالحة. نعم, she's gonna put it under her khimar. نعم. And she's gonna breastfeed. نعم. فهمنا هذا يا محمد. الله يحفظك. Guys, one more thing. Asahun. When I say one more thing, it might be more about what Ibn Kathir, rahimahullah, mentioned in his tafsir. One more thing. That ما صلوا كما صلى رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم. They pray any old way. They pray with their hands on the side. Is that permissible? Like it's just a difference of opinion? You pray with your hands on the side, you pray it up here, do what you want. No, there's a way that you have to pray. They don't straighten up their backs. They don't go into position fully. They come with ziyada. They might say, Sami Allah, Muhammad, Rabbana, Lak Alhamd. They might wipe their face. No. What about somebody in the salah? They don't point their finger. Is his salah naqis? Hey, Allah, it's naqis. How much is naqis? Allah, Sallu kama ra'aytumuni. Who said that? Who said that? Who said that? Abu Bakr? Who said that? Imam Ahmed? Who said that? Imam Malik? نعم يا زيد. صلى الله عليه وسلم. هذا أمر. صلوا كما رأيتموني أصلي. You have to pray like him. You can't just leave off. You want to. I don't feel like raising mine. I don't feel like raising my finger. I didn't read about that yet. I'm not doing it. Year after year after year after year. I just said 4 years. That's not enough, Ya Abdul Hamid. Me saying 4 times is not enough. Year after year after year, maybe 10 years, 15 years. I don't know how to pray. I just saw the people doing something. They just do it. Why are you making a big deal about a little finger? But this is what sahun is. فننتبه كلنا وننصح بعضنا بعضا. نعم. ننصح بعضنا بعضا. طيب يا إخوة, we're in our book, Barakallahu Fikum, Sifat al-Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. In this book, many of the hadith, they're on one topic. So we sometimes want to what? Read a couple of hadiths in one chapter or 2 chapters because they're so closely related. قال المؤلف حفظه الله تعالى صفة عرق النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم, the description of the perspiration of the Prophet. وكان عرق نبينا محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم ينحدر منه مثل اللؤلؤ والجمان. The sweat of the Prophet used to come down off his face like if it was a pearl or a gem. They would describe it like that. That's how it looked compared to his skin. وعن أنس رضي الله عنه كان النبي كان رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم أزهر اللون كأن عرقه لؤلؤ. هذا في البخاري. Anas radiallahu anhu said the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam was azhar lam. Azhar means that it's shiny. As if his perspiration was pearls or diamonds. هذا وصف لمن لقيه. This is a description of somebody that was with him. خادمه, his servant, with him all the time. كم سنة خدم أنس رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم عندك يا محمد. How many years was Anas the servant of the Messenger of Allah? How many years did he serve him and help him? And Muhammad. عندك يا معاذ 10 سنين. نعم 10 سنين. I mean 10 سنين عرفه. He knows him. He knows him. وعن عائشة رضي الله عنها في قصة الإفك, in the story of the slander against her. In the story it says حتى أنزل عليه الوحي. So when the Quran came down after all these days, this is what freed her from this accusation. برأها الله. من فوق السماوات. Allah freed her from this situation. Well, النبي لا يعلم الغيب. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he doesn't know the unseen. نعم. هذه كانت فتنة عظيمة. فرح بها المنافقون. نعم. ووقع فيه بعض الصالحون. Some the munafiqun, they were happy about this. Even unfortunately, some righteous people, they fell into it. تأثروا. نعم. تأثروا. رضي الله عنهم. رضي الله عن الصالحين عن الصحابة. نعم. حتى أنزل عليه وحي. Until the revelation came down to him. فأخذه ما كان يأخذه من البرحاء. So the revelation, it was hard on the Prophet. It took the Prophet, and they saw that they were in Abu Bakr's house when revelation came down to him. أنه حتى إنه لا يتحضر منه مثل الجمان من العرق في يوم شات. That was a very cold day that day, and the Prophet is sweating just from the revelation coming to him. That's coming down upon him like juman, like pearls, like special stones, just beating off his head. من ثقل القول الذي ينزل عليه, from the heaviness of the statement that was coming down on him. That's in Bukhari and Muslim. والمؤلف جمع لنا خيرا. نعم. فقال الجمان هو اللؤلؤ الصغار. الجمان, these are small diamonds. انتهينا من هذا الباب. We finished this whole section about the sweat of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The next chapter, inshallah, that we enter in, الشيطان لا يتمثل بصورة النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم. Shaitan does not come in the shape, in the form of the Prophet, meaning in a dream. Like if you see the Prophet in the dream, then it's the Prophet. If you saw him in his descriptions that we all discuss all this time, we've been talking about the description of the Prophet. If you see the Prophet, then you saw the Prophet. That's not Shaitan. Shaitan لا يتمثل بصورة النبي صلى الله. He doesn't come in the shape and form of the Prophet sallallahu. So if you see somebody, you see as the Prophet, and he doesn't have a beard, or he's smoking a cigarette, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, that's not the Prophet. Shaitan يلعب عليك. Shaitan is fooled. طيب اليوم نحن في التفسير، وكنا بارك الله فيكم في سورة الانفطار. نعم. انتهينا من قوله تعالى كلا بل تكذبون بالدين. كلا بل تكذبون بالدين. What does deen mean? That they reject the deen. What's the deen? ما معنى الدين يا عبد الحميد؟ كلا بل تكذبون بالدين يوم الحساب. يا إخوتي في الله, I was reading something, لا إله إلا الله ما أجمله. يا سبحان الله, ممكن يحتاج محاضرة فيه. عناية الله في إخبار الناس عن يوم القيامة. The inayah and the attention that Allah put just informing the people in Mecca about Yawm al-Qiyam. The people in Mecca, there are people, they don't believe in the Ba'ath. Believe in that? Or reward and Jannah and hellfire. Have it yourself. They didn't believe that. So Allah brought a lot of hujjaj, a lot of proof, convinced them and convinced them and convinced them. One of the most beautiful surahs to convince the people of hereafter is Surah At-Tin. Now, in Surah At-Tin, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala swore by that which represents guidance. He swore by what? The place where the Injil came down and where Isa was. Now, and swore by where Musa came from and the Torah came down. He swore by that. And he swore by the place where Muhammad came from and where the Quran was. He swore by these things that mankind came up from nothing and he came up strong and it's going to go down to nothing. So if that could happen to mankind on top of this world, what do you think about what is underneath? After all that, the point that Allah wants to say is, فَمَا يُكَذِّبُكَ بَعْدُ بِالدِّينِ. What, after what I just explained, what can make you reject a deen? Oh, Surah Jamila, Subhanallah. قال والتين والزيتون وطور سينين وهذا البلد الأمين. طيب والتين والزيتون. What is والتين والزيتون? It's the teen that you eat. والزيتون الذي يعصر منه الزيت. It's the teen, it's the fig that you eat. And it's the zaytun, the olive, that oil is pressed out of it. نعم. ولكن المراد به بالنسبة لما يذكر بعده هو فلسطين. من حيث بعث عيسى ونزلت الإنجيل. It is Philistine where Isa alayhi salatu wasalam was sent from, and the Injil came down. هذا قول شيخ الإسلام ابن تيمية وابن القيم ابن كثير وغيره. ليس كلهم. وطور سينين. It's a mountain. Tur. It's a mountain Allah swears by. He says, وطور. وفي غير هذا وطور سيناء. Sina is from Sinin. Same word. And that's the mountain Allah kallama Musa. He spoke to Musa at that mountain. And the Torah came down there. وهذا البلد الأمين. Mecca. وبلد الأمين. It's a safe belly. Allah swore by these three things as guidance, meaning nobody is going to have any guidance except that you believe in Yawm al-Qiyamah. Listen, I don't care how much money you make. I don't care what your family is. Allah swore by these three. This is the biggest shara'a. These are the biggest legislations, the biggest of books, the biggest of prophets. Biggest of prophets. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, فَمَا يُكَذِّبُكَ بَعْدُ بِالدِّينِ. Now, what can make you reject after this? مَا مَنَعَ الدِّينِ الْحِسَابِ. There's going to be an account. There's going to be a punishment. There's going to be a reward. Now, Allah swore by these things of guidance, the biggest signs of guidance, the prophets, the places, and the books, all in one. Allah, believe. It's a very profound alif. That's profound. That's qawi. To say, إِنَّا خَلَقْنَا الْإِنسَانَ فِي أَحْسَنِ تَقْوِيمٍ ثُمَّ رَدَدْنَاهُ أَسْفَلَ سَافِلِينَ. That's the deal. And Allah brought man out of what? Out of a sperm. Sperm. مِن مَاءٍ مَهِينٍ. From a water that's little, belittled, considered dirty. Nobody wants it on their clothing. He brought man out of that till he's a full man. وَمَن نُعَمِّرْهُ نَعَمْ نُنَكِّسْهُ فِي الْخَلْقِ. Now, whoever we give him long age, we bring him back down. ثُمَّ رَدَّدْنَاهُ رَجَعْنَاهُ. We brought him back from where he came from. Like a little baby, he can't eat by himself. He can't even go to the bathroom by himself. That's what Allah does to the human being. He brings him back down. I'm like just a little baby. After he was able to see, some of them lose their sight. They can't even move. They can't. Sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, if he brings a man up from sperm, and then when a man dies, where's the ajab that he'll resurrect these bones and that body that's in that grave? Where's the ajab? Where's the strangeness? He did it from nothing. Created us from nothing. هذه صورة قوية. وكل هذا بمعنى فما يكذبك بعد بالدين. عفوا كلا بل تكذبون بالدين. وهذا الذي صور له وإنا. After that, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, and we're in Surah Al-Infitar. إن الأبرار لفي نعيم وإن الفجار لفي جحيم يصلونها يوم الدين وما هم عنها بغائبين. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, Inna al-abrar lafi na'im. Al-abrar, they're going to be in na'im. But like, ma mana abrar? We don't want to just take umumat. Al-birru huwa ta'a. Na'am. So the righteous, they're going to be in Jannah. But like, what does it mean to be righteous? Now, what does that mean? Naqra. Inna ladina barru bi ada'i fara'idillah wajtana ma'asi. They're in Jannah. The ones who went out their way to do good. How they doing good? By completing what Allah made wajib and staying away from disobedience. They ta'ammadu hadha shay. That which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala commanded with, iltazamu. They stuck to it. Wa al-ma'asi, disobedience, and it's tenabuha. They stayed away with that and they lived their life like that. Those are the ones that enter Jannah. Those are the righteous. It has nothing to do, it doesn't necessitate that he has this or he has that, or it's that he's obedient to Allah. Doesn't have to do with where his background is from, what his color is, his paycheck is, size, stature, his lineage, his nationality. No. It's istiqama, his tamassuk, his holding fast to the religion of Allah. وَالْمُؤْمِنُونَ يَتَفَاوَتُونَ فِي هَذَا. The Muslims, they differ in this thing called bir. The righteousness is called bir. The people are called abrar. One is bar, as one. Rajul bar, al-walid al-bar. Na'am. أنت تقول هكذا لأبيك يا أخي. When you ask your father, speak to him in the third person sometimes. Don't say كيف حالك. قل كيف الوالد البار. هايش من كلمة. نعم. هكذا تقول لأبيك. How's the righteous father? نعم. It's going to make his mind swift out, like you're talking about somebody, and it's going to just come right back on him. And he's going to be like, Subhanallah. That what you call me? Nah. Because you made it third person. كيف الوالد البار. كيف الوالد الكريم. نعم. هذا كلام طيب. نعم. ابن كثير يقول in this ayah, إن الأبرار لفي نعيم. The أبرار in نعيم يخبر تعالى عما يصير الأبرار إليه من النعيم. Allah is speaking about what the abrar are going to end up, what their final abode is going to be from joy. قال وهم الذين أطاعوا الله عز وجل ولم يقابلوه بالمعاصي. They're the ones who obeyed Allah and didn't confront Allah and counter all their ni'mah with disobedience. فكل هذا يا إخوتي في الله it necessitates studying. It necessitates studying. I mean, still today, if you tell somebody, listen, the music is haram, they're going to be surprised. If you tell them, you have to do that, no, you can't do that. Somebody just asked me the other day, somebody wanted to send me a bracelet, with mashallah written on it. I'm like, men, we don't wear that. Men don't wear bracelets, chains, and earrings. We don't wear that. It asking me, is smoking haram? I'm like, well, nah, smoking's haram. It's haram. Can't do that. Nah. Everybody doesn't know. Everybody doesn't know. What's the point? The point is that when you want to be righteous, you need knowledge, because it's obedience to Allah. It's not how I feel. You know how many people out here that what they call a good deed is what they consider good themselves. They follow their desires in good deeds. And it might be a bad deed. It has to be according to what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants. من أجل ذلك اجتمعنا هنا في هذا المسجد. من أجل العلم. من أجل العلم. So avoiding ma'asi, that needs knowledge. No, that needs knowledge. So Al-Khatib, he uses this minbar. This minbar is not to expose people. It's not to belittle people. هو في ترغيب وترهيب. Targhib is to encourage them and raise their ambitions for good deeds and to make them hate and dislike bad deeds. That's what the minbar is. Educate them. Not to expose people, not to belittle people. That's not the member as well. It's for education. It's the fitness that we live in and the things that we live in. Sometimes you need a push. You need a push to go forward. Because you have so many things in front of you. Stops you, it holds you back. And you have the things that push you to the haram. Sometimes you might just need one kalima. Alhamdulillah, that's all I need. So everybody find their place in the khutbah. Don't say, I ain't talking about me today. I don't do that. No, you find yourself a place in that khutbah. Hatta tantafi, so that you can benefit from it. I ain't talking about me. I'm just gonna laugh today. That ain't about me. لا ممكن اليوم ما هو أنت وغدا وأنت. Well, after that, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَإِنَّ الْفُجَّارَ لَفِي جَهِيمٍ. We can't just say fujjar. What does this mean, fujjar? We just say sinners and it's over. Naam. Fajra, it comes from, they differ about the meaning of it, but يدل على تفتح, opening and getting into something. Naam. And this is where they say the word fajr comes from. Fajr is when the light, it opens up and shatters the darkness away, pushes it out. نعم. والفجور الذي يتفتح في المعاصي. الفاجر يدخل في المعاصي. He enters in it and goes totally open in the sin. Openly. Nah. So you don't call just anybody that might be disobedient as a fajr. Nah. انظر إلى هذا الحديث من يعينني فيه. Who's going to help me finish this hadith? The Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam قال في آية المنافق إذا حدثت كذب وإذا اؤتمن خان وإذا خاصم. ما معنى هذا إذا خاصم؟ فجر. We're talking about فجور. إذا خاصم فجر. يا ماجد. ما معنى هذا؟ إذا خاصم, he's in a disagreement with somebody. ولكن هو فجر. ها؟ أطالب what? نعم يا. He went overboard. لا, but looking at this description. إذا اؤتمن خان. If the sign of a munafiq, if he's trusted, he's disloyal. إذا حدث كذب. If he speaks, he lies. إذا وعد أخلف. If he promises something, he breaks his promise. From the descriptions of munafiq, إذا خاصم, if he's in an argument with somebody, goes overboard. He might hit the person. He might call him outside his name. He might curse him. Like, yo, we just had a small, la'natullah. We just had a little small disagreement about the price, Nuh-uh. But that's what fujur. Fujur is somebody that goes overboard and goes totally into something. We have to fattah in it with no udu. So a fajr is a sinner. يعني jihad al-nahar. He's in the day, no shame. No shame. Nah. وكلنا نعصي نسأل الله أن يعفو عنا ونستر and يستر. All of us fall into disobedience, but some of them ما يبالي. Some of them they don't care. نعم. For fujur is a big sin. نعم. فمن هذا يا إخوة, we want to understand أن الشر يجر شرا وأن الخير يدفع إلى الخير. نعم. Bad deeds, they lead to more bad deeds. Bad deeds, they lead to bad deeds. And good deeds, they push you up to doing more good deeds. النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم يقول عليكم بالصدق فإن الصدق يهدي إلى البر والبر يهدي إلى الجنة فإن الرجل لا يزال الرجل يصدق حتى يكتب عند الله صديقا. It's upon you all to be truthful. For being truthful leads to you being righteous. Leads to bir. And righteousness leads to Jannah. And where the man will be truthful and truthful and truthful until Allah writes it down that he's a truthful person. That's him. وَإِيَّاكُمْ وَالْكَذَبِ. And I warn you all from lying. فإن الكذب يهدي إلى الفجور. كذب leads to open sin. وإن الفجور يهدي إلى النار. And open sin leads to the hellfire. ولا يزال الرجل يكذب حتى يكتب عند الله كذابا. مبالغة هذا كذاب، ما قال كاذبا يا عبد الحميد. نعم. And a man won't cease to be lying and lying until I write it down that he's a liar. That he's a liar. So هذا شيء نحتاج تنبيه in it. A lie. Don't lie. We say in English, if you lie, you steal. It's not it's not absolute. But nobody steals. And he says, no, yeah, I did take the money, yes. Yes, I'm the one who stole it. No, if you reach that level where you're stealing, you're a liar from the get-go. You started lying before that. You had your lift for dog and your wiggly waggly ways about you before you started stealing. If you lie, steal. Nah. Afwan. If you steal, you lie. If you steal, you lie. Who steals and goes, yep, yes, I did it. Who took this thing? I wasn't here. I'm sorry. I took the phone. I stole it. Nobody does that. Because he graduated from lying school. Now he's in stealing school. He graduated. He's finished that. Na'am. Barakallahu fikum. أسأل الله أن يحفظنا ويسأل الله to protect us. نعم. هذا درسنا اليوم. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك. أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت. أستغفرك وأتوب إليك.